I am currently combining Wim Hof methodology. If you don't know what that is, look at my other videos, and intermittent fasting, and seeing what kind of results might come from it, but also seeing if there are any negative effects, which I have to say there were a few. For the first couple of weeks, I was doing 3 days on and then 2 or 3 days off with intermittent fasting. And I must admit, initially it was quite easy. I even went for a good 17-mile hike in the mountains with what I thought was no energy left in my body. Of course there was, because I was burning off the fuel from the night before's meal. So that was okay. But what I've also found here in the UK is that the weather has ramped up. Not today actually, but we've had a significant heat wave, which has been lovely. But it has meant that on some days you're looking at temperatures in Celsius around 30, 32. And of course, when you're that hot, and if you're exercising, or even if you're not, you're absolutely losing a lot of body salts. Sorry. So it could be that perhaps I haven't been taking enough salt into the system. I'm not too sure, but I've definitely had a few days where I've both felt a bit low, as well as felt a little bit weak, and actually on one day, dizzy in some instances. So I've realized I've got to play this one carefully. I'm the kind of person, as I'm sure some of you are, that generally goes all in when I try something, as I did with the Wim Hof method. Really what you're supposed to do is transition from your warm shower slowly into a cold shower, whereas I immediately just went outside, grabbed a hose and used the cold water there instead. And of course that was a nice bit of shock treatment, which worked for me, but for others it wouldn't necessarily. And I think with this intermittent fasting, I've just gone straight in with the 16-8 method. For example, I will stop eating at 8 o'clock at night and then not eat again until midday the next day. So that's what I was trying. What I've decided to try this week is a day on, a day off. So today I will be running through to midday without food. I feel absolutely fine at the moment. The only thing I've taken into the system is some black coffee. The only other bits of intake I will bring in, of course, is water, possibly add some salt to the water as well. Although, like I said, today is not a particularly hot day. So we'll see how this fares. I think a day on, a day off might well suit me. Certainly where the intermittent fasting works really well for me is if the day before, if I've gone a bit heavy with something like pizza, for example, or anything that my body, my system finds a little bit harder to break down, then the intermittent fasting really works. And I can almost feel my body having that extra boost, that extra energy to really work away at the toxins and those other elements of food that I'm taking in. So let's see how I fare. This will be, this week I shall be attempting the day on, day off style of intermittent fasting. It'd be interesting to hear your thoughts and how you're getting on, whether you're experiencing the same with your intermittent fasting. I know for others, they find it really easy. I was speaking to a personal trainer the other week, and she said that she began it by simply deciding to only eat when she really felt hungry. In other words, rather than basing her eating times on routine, which so many of us do, especially with the whole we must eat 3 meals a day, and in the morning when we're working, or before we go to work, we're telling ourselves, oh, I've got to have breakfast before I get into work, so I'm not going to be able to perform very well at work, which of course, as we know, is absolute rubbish. And in some instances, you might well gain extra focus and energy by not having that breakfast in the morning. I shall report back after running a couple of weeks, if not longer, on, day off type of intermittent fasting. And as I said, yeah, do subscribe to my channel. There's lots of other videos on there to do with Wim Hof, various other things that I've tried along the way. This is all part of my evolution as a father, as a husband, and as an entrepreneur. There will be some videos on there about entrepreneurship and learning skills to do with creating an income online, etc., etc. So hopefully you'll find some of it interesting. Do pop a like or a thumbs up or whatever you're supposed to do on this YouTube channel, and catch you soon. Speak soon. Bye-bye.